I worked alongside Alice Ladbrook in collaboration with Alexa Ferranti and Lower Hewood Farm based in Chard. I initially became interested with this project as I have a farming background from my childhood. I grew up on a farm until the age of 7 and wanted to rekindle strong memories from my past within this project. Alexa approached us with an open mind, and therefore Alice and I found it easy to bounce ideas off one another, varying from animations to short documentaries. In the beginning, we had thought about focusing mainly on the animals to create a stop motion. However, we soon discovered that there was more potential within the environment around us. After discussing why we individually wanted this collaboration, we soon realised that we all had farming backgrounds and various memories personal to ourselves. Due to this, we decided upon creating a short insight into a farmer's working history in the farming industry. The process of the project moved quite quickly after this, as we then started drawing up storyboards as well as researching into different online short documentaries revolving around farming and their histories. I decided to record various interviews with my dad, grandma, aunties and uncle. From this research, I found that my family had a lot of interesting stories from their childhood as well as mine that they were willing to share. When we arrived at the farm the second time, I took part in the filming and photographing for this piece. However, my main role was editing the final footage and finding the right soundtracks. I was happy with this role as my strengths lie within editing, and I liked having the creative opportunity to finalise decisions. We managed to collect all of our footage in a couple of visits. However, the editing process took a lot longer than we had hoped due to the copious amount of footage and photographs we actually shot. We ended up with over 400 photos and 120 video clips, varying anywhere between 10 seconds and 10 minutes. Overall, within the project, I feel like we connected well with Alexa as we had a flow of communication via email, text and phone calls. We kept her up to date with our interviewing and swapped research and photographs over the 3 months of working together. Alexa was also thoroughly interested in our individual stories and was keen to be as involved as possible with the development of our documentary.
I think it was great that you were quite flexible when you got here about what you wanted to achieve and what the point of the collaboration was. And then it was really interesting talking to you and just hearing about your ideas, and then actually I got the feeling that you sort of settled on something that was connected to you, really, and that seemed like a good idea. You know, the family material and people that you have in your extended families that have, and immediate families that have farmed in the past, and so that seemed like a good starting point to me. One of the interesting things about collaborating with people is who they are as human beings, and finding out why you were attracted to this project, and so inevitably I think I became really curious about where the kind of germ of the interest came from in both of you, and it was just really exciting that you both had, in different ways, a really personal connection with farming and with agriculture, and then from that moment in my mind it sort of clicked, and it just seemed like that was sort of the obvious route, and that would give you 1,000 options in terms of dealing with this, making the film, but at the same time it would give it a real focus. So I think that for me was the turning point, really, where I sort of thought, okay, I can see what this is going to be now. And then to my, happiness, you felt that way as well. So that was good. Well, I have collaborated in the past with artists. After I left Goldsmiths, after I did my fine art BA, I collaborated for a couple of years with a Japanese artist, and we used to make objects, and we made them together and exhibited them together with both our names attached to it. And so I've had some experience of doing that. I mean, obviously filmmaking is a very different process, and in some ways the roles are clearer because you're the people with the camera and the sound equipment and the ideas about how you want to edit it together. I'm kind of providing an environment, really, and perhaps some input based on experience of farming, and generally collaborating a bit with people. So it seems like quite a good arrangement, really. And you know, if I like what you do, then that's absolutely great, and if I don't like it so much, then it's still incredibly interesting. You know, I still got a lot from the experience.